Hey guys, how's it going? Hunter here. So in this video I wanted to talk about the part of ROC that includes pushing tiles and pushing honor. And they go hand in hand really, they're not separate things. You really have to balance out both of them because it seems important to push tiles up to level 16s, but really honor is the thing that carries over season to season in your spec points. And they're really, the more spec points you have, the more you can do, and the easier everything gets. Like once you have, I believe it's sorry, I'm doing the math. Once you have 47 spec points, you start out with 1200 loyalty to start the season if you're spec'd blue right. So that puts you automatically on level 8 tiles from the second that we start the season. But let's start, if we were a free-to-play player, what the goals are for ROC and how you're going to most efficiently grow. So I'm sure everyone noticed the tiles are a lot stronger this season. My farms can barely even take any tiles. And especially the level 12 and 16 tiles. Let's take a look at a level 12 tile at the defenders. The guard power is 3.7 million, and there's 4 of these territory guardian legions you have to get through. So even at 100% loyalty, they're still going to be chunking down a few thousand troops minimum every time you take a level 12 tile, and it's just going to get worse and worse. A 14 is 5.5 million guard power. Where's a 16? Well, I don't see a 16, but even a 15 is 7.3. I think the 16s are 8 million guard power. So it takes a lot to get through the tiles. So if you're a free-to-play player, I heavily recommend all of your spec points going blue left, and not bottom blue like I have, top blue to increase processing speed. And just keep on working this way so that as you gain tiles, you can produce materials and keep on upgrading your honor structures. Because honor structures, specifically frontline workshops, are the most honor. For this level 13 to go to a 14, you can see it right here, is over 500,000 honor points. And there are ways to boost that where you would get 2 million honor just for upgrading this building. But I'll go into that later in this video. So the reason why you want to go blue left is because you're not going to have very many specialization resets. I think you'll get 1 per season. So, and they cost $10 each. So if you don't want to pay that $10, that is totally fine. Go blue left, stay on the top. And my recommendation for most of the players in Season 2 and 3 is to focus on getting to level 12 or 13 tiles. We really don't need everyone getting so high. And it's also much better for you to start focusing on tiles that produce construction materials like the logging sites. That way you can produce like the wood and the bricks, and then upgrade your frontline workshops to get as much honor as possible. So that's if you're totally free to play. Now let's say you are getting the Imperial investment every week. This is $10 a week, and what it does is it gives you all of these benefits, and you get a specialization reset, which costs $10 by itself. So if you're planning on buying a reset, you might as well get the Imperial investment, because for 1 week you'll have extra territory, faster marching speed, less abandoning time, and a bunch of other stuff. You'll also get these honor boosts right here, which give you a 100% boost for 30 minutes. And they work for buildings too. So when I said that this frontline workshop is 530,000 honor, if you use one of those tickets, now you're getting 1,060,000 honor, which in the lower levels is quite a lot. It's even a lot in the higher levels. It's a lot in general. So if you were sporadically or weekly buying the Imperial investment, you're now going to have one reset to use every week. And in the first few weeks, I would start blue right and then switch back and forth. If you have enough, you should use it every week because you don't get to save them. They're only good for that week. So I would switch back and forth between loyalty so you can take higher level tiles, and then production so you can produce all of your saved material. And I would flip-flop back and forth until you're comfortable with the tile level you're taking. If 13s are your goal and you're taking 13s without this extra loyalty, then you're going to want to consider doing green spec, at least partly. At least up to this. This would be 14 spec points to unlock civil engineering. And this is an active skill. And you can see in the bottom, for 2 hours, you have a 100% increase on construction honor grains. So what this means is, again, those frontline workshops that were 500,000 power each, if you use this as well as a 100% boost ticket, you'll be getting 200% honor. And if you were to totally green spec, you'd notice some of these others give you 9% more honor for upgrading buildings. So I forget what the total is, but 9, 18, 27, 36, 45. Depending on how far you'll get another 50% boost in honor. And that's how I was able to get so many spec points in Season 1. Towards the end of the season, instead of alternating between blue right and blue left, I started alternating between blue left and green. And I would save all of my produced materials, activate this skill, go activate the honor boost, and then I would upgrade my frontline workshops and I would get millions of honor from the buildings. And that's the reason why the Imperial investment is worth it for me. If it wasn't for the specialization resets, all the other stuff that it offers is not that important. But let's look now at if you really are going not to spend unlimited money, but if a few more $10 packs are not going to break the bank, what I recommend buying is not this $50 pack and not this $10 pack, but there's a $10 pack that's available one time per week that gives you 500,000 construction materials. So I already bought one this week, but what I'm going to be doing now is buying one the rest every week in Season 2, and I'm going to save them. And that's what I did in Season 1, and that's why 3 days into the first season, my frontline workshops are already 13, 13, 13, and 12, because I had 3 million saved construction materials from Season 1, which if you keep in your bag, they do transfer season to season. And as soon as the season started, I was red spec. I changed over to green. I made it to about here. I activated the skill boost, I activated the ticket, and then I did all the frontline workshops, and I went from 40 spec points to just under 43. So that's something to consider. Not mandatory at all, but that's going to give you a big boost, because right now I'm waiting to collect materials from the territories. As fast as I can collect it, I'm producing it, because of just how fast the processing speed is. But the other part of ROC that requires a little bit of money is the privilege of the seasonal challenge. So why do the privilege? So number one, every day you can claim honor and experience, hero experience. So that's good. That helps. Honor is not even available for purchase at this point of the game, and when it is available for purchase, it is extremely, extremely expensive. So any way you can get more honor, definitely worth it. So reading this, I'm eligible for 6.5 million honor with my current cap, and so far I've claimed just under 1 million. So by the time I get my boosts and everything, I'll probably be able to claim 9 or 10 million honor points this season. Yeah, it says it right there. 10 million is the cap once I reach level 20. And the rewards, there's a few nice things. The honor coins are probably the best thing that this offers, as well as the second processing queue. That way you always have 2 queues running. What else does it offer that's good? Yeah, so here, these are honor medals, and they give you 5% of every level. And if you soon, they'll be available for purchase, and for $100 you get maybe 2 of these. So it's nice to get a few in the seasonal challenge. But that's what I was talking about when I said honor is crazy expensive. These honor medals are the only way you could ever buy it, and they're very, very expensive. That alone, it looks like, I didn't even realize it, but it looks like you get 16 of them for this season. So that makes the $20 to buy the additional challenge well worth it. Just because of the honor. It's really one of only 2 ways you could use money to get honor, and you get a bunch of other stuff as well. So a lot of recruitment tickets, probably between 30 and 40, and courage medals. It helps out. So I know everyone plays the game differently. Everyone has different limitations and expectations, or even if you have the spare money, it's just some people don't want to spend it on the game, and that's totally fine. This is just, I know a lot of people have been asking me how I've been doing it, and that's how. I did the $10 packs every week of season 1 to get the construction materials. I also try and keep a few resets available. I still have one, even after doing the few resets on the first day of the season. And that's about it. It's pretty simple once you start to understand it. Side note, eventually you do want, if you're spending a few dollars or doing the Imperial investment, you do want to unlock your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th Assault Fortress and Guardian Fortress. They don't give you so much honor, but let's take a look at them real quick. If you have a strong legion, to keep it effective, you really need 4 of these, and to start upgrading them at some point in the season. Because if we look at the information, they give you might and resistance for every level they're upgraded. So if you had 4 of these at level 5, you're going to have an extra 100% troop might when you're fighting on tiles, buildings, or line centers. Last season, I got them up to, I believe, level 12 or 13, and I had 250% might and resistance fighting on tiles or buildings. That was another reason why I would just move legions out of the way, or be able to reinforce tiles for many hits. Definitely worth considering if you're in that mid spender area. Definitely something to look at. But that's about it. Good job on the setup, guys. The AC is looking very good. We're all tiled around it, and now we just got to spread. War did a good job too. Yeah, we're getting there. Alright guys, let's have a good season. Let's look at the bracket real quick. We're coming for you. We're coming for you. We're coming for you. We're coming for all of you. Everyone. No friends this season. Alright. Have a good day, guys. Good luck.